The pills she crushed into my coffee every morning weren't keeping me comfortable. They were keeping me quiet while she sold my parents' ranch out from under me. I discover this at 1:15 in the morning, can't sleep. The kind of insomnia that's been my companion since the IED in Kandahar rearranged my spine. I wheel myself to the kitchen for water. That's when I see it. Jennifer's iPad, on the counter, screen still glowing. She never leaves it unlocked. 8 years of marriage, I've never seen her forget to log out. But tonight she's upstairs, asleep, and the screen shows a text conversation with a contact labeled B. I shouldn't look. I look anyway. B. Did you give him the full dose today? Jennifer, double. Property appraiser comes tomorrow. He can't be alert. B. 6 months max, babe, then the ranch is ours. Jennifer, the ranch. The settlement money. All of it. I'm just waiting for everything to clear. Then I'm yours. My hands are shaking. I scroll up. Weeks of messages, months maybe, plans, timelines. A countdown to my irrelevance. B. What about the kid, Jennifer? Liam's young enough. He won't remember Thomas clearly in a few years. We'll be his real family. The room tilts. Or maybe that's me. I grip the counter edge. The granite is cold, real. I need something real right now because everything I thought I knew is dissolving. I scroll further, find a message from 3 weeks ago. Jennifer, increase the gabapentin again. He slept through Liam's entire school concert. Didn't even know he missed it. I was at that concert. I remember being there. Jennifer said, I fell asleep in the car after, that she drove us home, that I'd been so tired lately. She said I was working too hard. She said I needed to rest more. She said a lot of things. I take screenshots. My fingers feel thick, clumsy. But I get 6 images before my hands give out. I text them to myself. Delete the texts from her sent folder. Put the iPad back exactly where I found it. Then I sit in the dark kitchen. The same kitchen where she makes my coffee every morning. Where she smiles and says, I've got you, honey, while crushing pills I apparently don't need. How long has this been happening? And who the hell is B? The coffee ritual has been the same for 2 years. Ever since my parents died in the car accident. Ever since I inherited the ranch and became, in Jennifer's words, too overwhelmed to manage everything alone. She wakes before me. I hear her in the kitchen. Smell the coffee brewing. By the time I wheel myself to the table, there's a mug waiting, steam rising, 2 pills beside it on a napkin. Morning, honey, she says, every day, same smile, same kiss on my forehead. I've got you. I take the pills, drink the coffee, feel the fog roll in around 10 a.m. By noon, I'm struggling to focus. By 2, I need a nap. I wake around 4, groggy, and Jennifer says I'm healing. She says the doctors explain this. She says my body needs rest. This morning, I dump the coffee in the sink when she leaves to take Liam to school. The pills go in my pocket. I wait. By 10 a.m., my head feels clearer than it has in months. By noon, I'm not tired. By 2, I'm staring at the prescription bottle Jennifer keeps in the cabinet. Gabapentin, 300 milligrams. Take 3 times daily for nerve pain. I haven't had significant nerve pain in over a year. The label says the prescription was filled January 3rd. 90 pills. 3 months supply at the prescribed dose. Today is January 28th. I count the pills in the bottle. 7 left. I do the math 3 times because I don't want it to be true. 25 days, 83 pills gone. That's more than 3 pills per day. That's double the dose my doctor prescribed. The bottle is from the kitchen cabinet, the one Jennifer controls, the one she tells me she manages because it's too confusing for you to keep track, honey. I check the cabinet. Find another bottle, same prescription, but this one's in the back. Behind the vitamins, 60 pills. She's been stockpiling, rationing them to me, controlling not just the dose, but the supply. I sit at the kitchen table, the same table where she serves breakfast, where she cuts my food into smaller pieces because she says my hands shake too much. My hands aren't shaking now. I find the pill crusher in the drawer, the one she uses for my medication smoothies on bad days. There's white residue in the grooves. I take a photo with my phone, check the counter. Her favorite coffee mug, the blue one with World's Best Nurse printed on the side, has a ring inside, not from coffee, something chalky. I photograph that too. Look at the coffee maker. The filter has residue. white specks caught in the paper fibers. She's been crushing pills into my coffee every morning for months. The room feels like it's breathing, walls expanding and contracting. I grip the wheelchair arms, count to 10. My therapist at the VA taught me that. When the panic comes, count. Ground yourself. 1. I am Thomas Wright. 2. I am 47 years old. 3. I served 12 years in the Marine Corps. 4. An IED in Kandahar damaged my T12 vertebra. 5. I am a software security consultant. 6. I work from home. 7. I am not incompetent. 8. I am not. 9. I am not. 10. I am not whatever she's been telling people I am. I check my phone. Google gabapentin overdose symptoms. Read the list: drowsiness, confusion, difficulty concentrating, memory problems, dizziness, slurred speech. Every symptom Jennifer has been documenting in my medical journal. The journal she keeps for my doctor's appointments. The journal she tells me I'm too scattered to maintain myself. I've been living in a pharmaceutical prison. The bar's made of crushed pills and morning coffee. If you've ever felt like you were losing your mind, but deep down knew something was wrong, that your reality was being rewritten around you, just drop a comment. Just say, I see it. That's all. Sometimes we need to know we're not crazy, that someone else sees it too. I hear Jennifer's car in the driveway. She's back from dropping Liam at school. I pour a fresh cup of coffee, leave the pills on the counter, wheel myself to the living room. She comes in singing, actually singing, some pop song from the radio. Hey honey, you're up early. Did you have your coffee? Not yet, I say. My voice sounds different to my own ears, clearer. Was waiting for you. She smiles, kisses my forehead. I've got you. Those words. How many times has she said them? 1,000? 10,000? I've got you. I've got you like a spider has a fly. By afternoon, the fog has lifted completely. The difference is staggering. I can focus, track conversations, remember where I put things. It's like someone turned the lights back on in my head. Liam notices at dinner. Dad, you're different today, he says. He's 11, bright kid, sees everything. Different how? Jennifer asks. Her voice is light, but I catch the edge underneath, the concern. I don't know. Liam shrugs, pushes peas around his plate. Just different, like more here. Jennifer laughs, too loud. Your dad's always here, sweetie. But Liam's right. I haven't been here. Not really, not for months. After dinner, after Jennifer puts Liam to bed, I tell her I need to work late. She frowns. Honey, you know the doctor said you need regular sleep. The seizure risk. I don't have seizures, I say. She blinks. Of course you do. You had one last month. Don't you remember? I don't remember. That's the problem. There are holes in my memory the size of weeks. I need to work, I say again. She sighs, touches my shoulder. Okay, but not too late. Promise? Promise. She goes upstairs. I wait until I hear her bedroom door close. Then I wheel myself to her home office. The door is usually locked, but tonight she left it open. An oversight. Or maybe she thinks I'm too foggy to be curious anymore. The office is immaculate. Jennifer's nursing background shows in the organization. Color-coded folders, labeled bins, everything in its place. I start with the desk, tax documents, property records, my parents' death certificates, the ranch deed, transferred to my name 6 months ago. Then I see the folder, brown manila, tucked behind her framed nursing diploma and yoga certifications. The label is in Jennifer's perfect handwriting, TW, Conservatorship. My mouth goes dry. I pull the folder. It's thick, 40, maybe 50 pages. The first page is a petition draft, legal letterhead from a law firm in Denver. Petition for emergency conservatorship and guardianship. In the matter of Thomas James Wright, subject. Petitioner, Jennifer Ann Wright, spouse/primary caregiver. I flip through the pages, each one worse than the last. Medical documentation. Except, it's not from my doctors. It's from doctors I've never heard of. Specialists Jennifer must have taken me to on days I don't remember. Days when the fog was thickest. Dr. Peter Morrison, neuropsychiatrist. Patient demonstrates significant cognitive decline. MMSE score of 1930 indicates moderate impairment. Unable to manage complex financial decisions or legal matters. Recommendation, full conservatorship. 19 out of 30. I took that test. I remember taking it. I was exhausted. Jennifer had given me my medication smoothie an hour before. I could barely keep my eyes open. I flip further. Find incident reports. January 15, 2024. Subject left stove on for 6 hours while sleeping. Fire hazard. Intervention required. I didn't do that. I don't even remember that day. January 8, 2024. Subject became verbally aggressive with minor child during homework assistance. Had to be separated. Child was visibly upset. That's a lie? A complete fabrication? I would never. I keep reading. Each page another nail in a coffin I didn't know I was building. Then I reach page 7, paragraph 3. Regarding minor child, Liam Christopher Wright. Subject shows consistent inability to care for minor child without direct supervision. Multiple documented incidents of neglect. See attached exhibits C, D, E. In the interest of the child's safety and well-being, petitioner recommends temporary foster placement during transition period, with eventual custody transfer to petitioner and her designated partner upon subject's placement in appropriate care facility. Foster placement. They're going to take Liam. Jennifer is going to have me declared incompetent, take my son, take the ranch, and put me in a facility somewhere. And I've been helping her do it. Every morning, every pill, every cup of coffee. I photograph every page. My hands shake now, but not from medication, from rage, from terror, from the crystalline certainty that I'm in a fight for my life, and I've already lost 2 years to an enemy I invited into my home. I put the folder back exactly as I found it, close the office door, wheel myself to my bedroom. Jennifer is asleep, or pretending to be. The rise and fall of her breathing is too measured, too perfect. I lie in the dark. Plan. Tomorrow, I start gathering evidence, real evidence, the kind that stands up in court. Tomorrow, I fight back. But tonight, I just lie here and wonder how many other men are in houses just like this one, being slowly erased by someone who says, "I've got you," while crushing pills into their morning coffee. The next morning, Jennifer makes coffee. I drink it, take the pills, pretend the fog is rolling back in. She smiles, kisses my forehead. "I've got you, honey." I smile back. "I know, but I'm counting. Every pill, every word, every lie. And I'm recording everything." After she leaves with Liam, I dump the coffee, flush the pills, spend 3 hours installing a hidden camera in the bookshelf. It's small, looks like a book spine, aimed at the kitchen table. I want video, audio, timestamps. Evidence so clear even a judge who's never met me will know I'm telling the truth. By afternoon, I'm supposed to be napping. Instead, I'm in my bedroom with the door locked. I've set up a separate laptop, one Jennifer doesn't know about. I'm documenting everything. Timeline of cognitive decline, her version versus my experience. Medication logs, prescribed versus administered. Financial records, property appraisers visiting the ranch without my knowledge. Doctor visits I don't remember. It's when I'm searching through old emails that I find the property survey, dated last week. Someone named Brett Sullivan marked as future property manager. Brett Sullivan. I Google him. Takes 3 seconds to find his business, Sullivan Construction. Based in Denver, I click on the About page. There's a photo, mid-30s, tall, the kind of build you get from physical labor, not gyms. Smiling at the camera like he's already won. I reverse image search, find his Facebook. It's public. I scroll through his timeline. There, 3 years ago. A photo of him and Jennifer, tagged at some bar in Boulder. Her hair is different, shorter. She's laughing. His arm is around her waist. The caption, "High School Sweethearts Reunion." Some people never change. Jennifer never mentioned a high school boyfriend, never mentioned anyone named Brett. In 8 years of marriage, she's barely talked about her past at all. I keep scrolling. Find another photo, this one from 6 months ago. Brett at a construction site. The caption mentions a recent divorce, something about new beginnings. 6 months ago, right after my parents died, right after I inherited the ranch. The timeline clicks into place like tumblers in a lock. I'm still staring at the screen when I hear Liam's voice. "Dad?" I minimize the window, turn my wheelchair. Liam is standing in my doorway, still in his school uniform, backpack hanging off one shoulder. "Hey buddy, how was school?" He doesn't answer, just looks at me with those huge brown eyes. My son. Not biologically, but in every way that matters. His mother, his biological mother, died when he was 6. Cancer. Jennifer was her nurse at the VA hospital. When Sarah passed, Jennifer and I were already engaged. We adopted Liam together, became his family when he had no one. Dad, he says again. His voice is small, scared. Are you going away? My chest tightens. What? No, why would you think that? I heard Mom on the phone. She was talking to someone about places for you, special places. She said you might need to go somewhere with more help. He's trying not to cry. I can see it in the way his jaw tightens. The way he's blinking too fast. Come here, I say. He drops his backpack. Walks over. I pull him into a hug. He's getting tall, almost too big to fit comfortably on my lap anymore, but he climbs up anyway. Tucks his head under my chin the way he did when he was little. I'm not going anywhere, I tell him. I promise. Mom said you're sick, that you can't remember things, that you're getting worse. Do I seem sick to you right now? He pulls back, studies my face. No, you seem like you used to be, before you got so tired all the time. That's because I'm not sick, Liam. I stop. How do I explain this to an 11-year-old? How do I tell him his mother has been poisoning me without destroying him? Just what? I'm figuring some things out, okay? But I need you to trust me. Can you do that? He nods. But there's something in his expression, something older than 11, like he's been carrying a weight I didn't know about. Dad, can I show you something? Of course. He climbs down, runs to his room, comes back with a spiral notebook, blue canvas cover, his name written on the front in Sharpie, Liam Wright. I've been writing things down, he says, like keeping track. Mom said I shouldn't. She said it would make you feel bad, but I kept doing it anyway. He hands me the notebook. I open to the first page. The date at the top, September 12th, 2023. 4 months ago, September 12th. Dad fell asleep during my homework, math problems. He was going to help, but he closed his eyes. I finished by myself. Got a B. Didn't want to wake him up. He looked really tired. I turned the page. September 20th. Dad forgot about my soccer game. Mom said he was having a bad day. Coach asked where Dad was. I said he was sick. Dad never forgets my games. Another page. October 3rd. Mom gave Dad his pills with breakfast. I counted. 3 pills, but the bottle says 2. I asked Mom why. She said Dad needs extra to feel better. Said I shouldn't worry about it. My hands are shaking again. October 18th. Dad called me Sam today. Sam was my bio mom's boyfriend. Dad knows I'm Liam. He always knows. It scared me. I didn't say anything. Mom said Dad is just confused lately. November 2nd, Mom's friend Brett came over. Dad was sleeping. Brett walked around the ranch like he owned it. Asked me if I liked horses. I said my dad and I were going to get horses. He said, maybe someday. He smiled weird. December 8th. Dad missed my school concert. Mom said he fell asleep in the car. But I saw Dad inside. He was there. He was clapping. Then after Mom said he wasn't there. I don't understand. Why would Mom say that? January 15th. Brett came over again. Mom made Dad's coffee and put extra stuff in it. I saw. She crushed pills with the pill thing, more than normal. Dad fell asleep on the couch. Brett and Mom talked in the kitchen. They were laughing. I was upstairs, but I could hear. Brett said, not much longer. Mom said, 6 months, maybe less. I don't know what they meant. I'm scared. February 12th. Mom gave Dad extra pills because Brett was coming. Dad fell asleep during our homework again. I did my math myself. Got a B. Wanted to tell Dad, but he was asleep on the couch. I covered him with Mom's blanket so he wouldn't get cold. Am I supposed to help Mom give the pills? I don't want to. The last entry is from yesterday, February 28th. Dad seems different today, more awake, like the real Dad, the one from before everything got bad. But I'm scared to say anything because what if Mom gets mad? What if Dad goes away? My bio mom died. I can't lose Dad too. Angels don't always have wings. Sometimes they have wheels. That's what Mom Sarah told me before she died. She meant my dad. But what if the angel goes away? I close the notebook. Can't read anymore. Can't breathe properly. Liam has been watching, documenting, trying to understand why his father was disappearing. "Liam," I say, my voice comes out rough. "This notebook, this is really important. Can I keep it? Am I in trouble?" "No, God, no. You're the bravest kid I know. You're not in trouble." "Is Mom in trouble?" The question lands like a punch. Because what do I say? How do I answer that truthfully without destroying his world? "I don't know yet," I finally say, "but I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to keep us safe. Both of us. Okay?" He nods, but his eyes are wet. "Dad, are you going away like my first mom did?" That's when I realize he's been preparing for me to die, or leave, or vanish. He's been keeping that journal like a record of a person who's already halfway gone. I pull him back into my arms, hold him tight. "I'm not going anywhere," I say into his hair. "I promise. I'm right here, and I'm not leaving you. Ever." He cries then, really cries. The kind of crying that sounds like it's been held in for months. And I hold him, my son, the child someone is trying to take from me. Over his shoulder, I see Jennifer standing in the hallway, watching us. I don't know how long she's been there. Our eyes meet. She smiles. "Everything okay?" "Everything's fine," I say. She nods. But something in her expression has changed, like a mask slipping, just for a second. "Dinner in 20 minutes, she says. Then she's gone. I look down at Liam's journal in my lap, at my son's careful handwriting, his dated entries, his fears written in blue ink. Evidence, I think. My 11-year-old son just handed me evidence, and tomorrow I'm going to use it to make sure we both stay safe. The next morning, I take a cognitive assessment online, the kind used in clinical settings, mini mental state examination, 30 questions. I time myself. I score 28 out of 30. I log into Jennifer's medical folder, the shared drive she uses to track my health. Find the results from last month's appointment with Dr. Morrison, the one I barely remember. Score 19 out of 30. I take a screenshot. Put them side by side. Same test. 9-point difference. The only variable is the medication. I spend the next 3 hours documenting everything. Clock drawing tests, memory games, problem-solving exercises. I record myself on video, speaking clearly, explaining complex software security protocols. The kind of work I do for clients who pay 6 figures for my consulting. Then I find the videos Jennifer took last month. "For the doctors," she said, "so they can see what I'm dealing with." In her videos, I'm slumped in my wheelchair, slurring words. Can't remember what day it is. Can't remember Liam's birthday. I watch myself on screen. This person who looks like me, but isn't me. This ghost she created with crushed pills and morning coffee. The anger is clean now. Sharp, focused. I save everything to an encrypted cloud drive. One Jennifer doesn't know exists. Then I do something I should have done months ago. I call Marcus Johnson. Marcus picks up on the second ring. "Brother, finally?" "I know, I'm sorry." "Sorry? Man, I've left you 6 messages. Jennifer kept saying you weren't up for visitors, that you were having bad days. I was about to drive out there and break down your door. Marcus Johnson, Marine Corps brother. We served together in Kandahar. He took shrapnel in the same explosion that crushed my spine, lost most of his hearing in his left ear, but walked away otherwise intact. He runs the VA support group in Denver now, has been calling me for months. How bad is it? He asks. Bad. I close my office door, lower my voice. Marcus, I need you to listen. Don't react, just listen. I tell him everything. The texts, the pills, the conservatorship petition, Brett, Liam's journal, silence on the other end. Long enough that I think the call dropped. Marcus? I'm here. His voice is different, tight. Thomas, I need to tell you something. I should have told you a year ago. I thought I was being paranoid. I thought maybe I was wrong. Wrong about what? About Jennifer's nursing license. Last year you missed 3 months of VA meetings straight. Jennifer always had an excuse. You were tired. You had a bad week. You needed rest. But one day I ran into her at the VA hospital. She was picking up your prescriptions. I asked the pharmacist about her. Just casual conversation. He got this look. Said he remembered her from a few years back. Said she used to work there. She did. That's how we met. Yeah, but Thomas, she doesn't work there anymore. She got fired. The pharmacist wouldn't say why, but he said it was serious enough that the state board got involved. So I looked it up. Public records. Her nursing license was revoked in 2018. The room tilts. Revoked? Prescription fraud. Falsification of patient records. There was a whole investigation. 3 nurses got caught diverting controlled substances from the VA hospital. Jennifer was one of them. She took a plea deal, lost her license, permanently. She told me she stopped working by choice, said she wanted to focus on being a caregiver, on us. I know, I'm sorry, man. I should have told you then. But you seemed happy. She seemed like she was taking care of you. I thought maybe she'd learned her lesson, that the license thing was a mistake. I didn't want to mess up your life over something that might have been nothing. It's not nothing. My voice comes out flat. Marcus, the patient she diverted drugs from. Do you know anything about them? Hold on. I hear typing. Computer keys. Okay. Found the article from the Denver Post. 3 nurses charged with prescription fraud at VA Medical Center. Jennifer Campbell. That's her maiden name, right? Right. Says here the investigation started when family members of disabled veterans reported their loved ones signing DNR orders they didn't remember signing. The nurses were over-medicating patients, making them sign documents while incapacitated, then diverting the unused prescriptions for sale. My hands are numb. What happened to the patients? More typing. Says here, Jesus, 2 of them ended up in nursing homes, declared incompetent. 1 died. The article says he was a 38-year-old disabled Marine with a traumatic brain injury. His wife got him declared incompetent. He signed over his benefits, was placed in a memory care facility, died 6 months later from complications of immobility. Did the wife face charges? No. She was listed as a witness, cooperated with the investigation, no charges filed. I close my eyes, see the pattern now, clear as day. Thomas, you still there? I'm here. What do you need? What can I do? I need a lawyer, a good one, disability rights specialist, someone who handles conservatorship cases. I know someone, Sarah Mitchell. She's a pit bull, specializes in fighting fraudulent guardianships, disabled people getting exploited by family members. She'll take your call if I tell her to. Send me her number. Done. What else? Evidence. I need witnesses, people who've seen me recently who can testify I'm not incompetent, that I haven't been declining, that something changed. The whole VA group will testify. You know that, right? We're brothers. You don't even have to ask. Marcus, no, listen to me. You saved my ass in Kandahar. You put a tourniquet on my leg while your back was broken. While you were screaming in pain, you were still doing triage. You think I'm going to let some nurse and her boyfriend steal your life? Not happening. We're riding this out together. My throat is tight. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. Just stay smart. Document everything. Don't tip your hand. If Jennifer knows you're onto her, she might accelerate. File that conservatorship petition early. You need time to build your case. I know. And Thomas, check your food. All of it. If she's been crushing pills into your coffee, she could be putting them in anything. After I hang up, I sit in the dark office. Think about the Marine who died in the nursing home. The one who signed papers he didn't remember signing. I think about how close I came to being that man. My phone buzzes. Text from Marcus. Sarah Mitchell's number. Another text. A link to the Denver Post article about the nursing scandal. I open the article. Read it 3 times. There's a photo. Jennifer in her scrubs. Younger. Hair pulled back. Standing between 2 other nurses outside the VA hospital. The caption. 3 nurses accused of prescription diversion scheme. Patients' families demand accountability. I zoom in on Jennifer's face. She's not smiling, but she's not crying either. She looks calm, composed, like she knew she'd get away with it, and she did. I find the revocation letter 2 days later. Jennifer keeps a locked file cabinet in her office. I've never questioned it. She said it was old nursing school records, personal documents. I respected her privacy. I break the lock with a screwdriver. The letter is in the front. Official state seal. Dated March 2018. Colorado Board of Nursing. Final agency order. License revocation era. Jennifer Ann Campbell. RN license. The Form 7829. Findings. After investigation and hearing, the board finds that respondent Jennifer Ann Campbell engaged in conduct including but not limited to 1. Diversion of controlled substances, gabapentin, oxycodone, lorazepam from patients under her care. 2. Falsification of patient medical records to conceal diversion. 3. Administration of sedative medications without physician authorization. 4. Coercion of patients to sign legal documents while under the influence of medications administered by respondent. Order. Respondent's license to practice nursing in the state of Colorado is hereby revoked. This revocation is permanent. Respondent is prohibited from applying for reinstatement. Respondent is prohibited from employment in any healthcare capacity involving patient care or access to controlled substances. The word revoked is stamped across 3 pages. Red ink. Like it bled through. It bled through 3 veterans before me. I photograph every page. Find more documents in the file. Depositions from the investigation. Patient testimonies. One of them describes Jennifer as charming and attentive at first, then increasingly controlling. Another describes her as insisting on managing all medications, even when patient expressed desire to self-administer. A third describes her encouraging patient to rest more, work less, let her handle everything. The patterns are identical, down to the phrasing. I've got you. How many men has she said that to? Brett Sullivan moves into the guest house on a Tuesday. Just temporary, Jennifer says at breakfast. He's doing some work on the ranch, property assessments, preparing for the accessibility renovations we discussed. We didn't discuss renovations, I say. She smiles, touches my hand. Honey, we talked about this last month, remember? You said the ramps were too steep, that you wanted better access to the barn and stables. I don't remember saying that, but then again, there's a lot I don't remember from last month, when I was drowning in gabapentin. How long is he staying? Just a few weeks. He'll be out of our hair before you know it. But Brett doesn't act temporary. He acts like he owns the place. I watch from my office window as he unloads his truck. Boxes, furniture, a grill. He sets up the guest house like he's planning to stay. The ranch foreman, Carl Davis, 63, been working this land since my grandfather's time, stops by that afternoon. Mr. Wright, got a minute? Always, Carl. He shifts his weight, uncomfortable. That fellow Jennifer brought in, Brett Sullivan. He's been walking the property, taking measurements, acting like he's in charge. Asked me about the livestock, about equipment maintenance schedules, about the books. The financial books? Yes, sir. I told him those were your business. He said Jennifer was handling things now, that I should coordinate with him going forward. Carl meets my eyes. Sir, I've worked for your family for 32 years. I don't know this man, and I don't take orders from him. You won't have to. I'm still running this ranch, Carl. Anyone tells you different, you come straight to me. Relief crosses his face. Yes, sir. There's something else. Those renovation estimates Mr. Sullivan provided, I showed them to my nephew. He's a contractor in Boulder. He said those numbers are inflated, by a lot. The accessibility work Sullivan quoted at $470,000, my nephew says it should cost maybe $150, $170 tops, $470,000. For renovations I never approved, at triple the market rate. Thank you, Carl. Can you get me a copy of those estimates? Already did. He hands me a folder. Figured you'd want to see them. After he leaves, I go through the documents. Brett's company letterhead, itemized list of renovations, some reasonable, some absurd. One line item catches my eye. Property manager, living quarters, renovation and upgrade, $85,000. He's billing me $85,000 to renovate the guest house. The place he's living in, rent-free. At the bottom of the estimate, a handwritten note in Jennifer's writing, approved, JW, payment due upon conservatorship transfer. Upon conservatorship transfer, not if, when. The emergency petition arrives on a Friday, sheriff's deputy. Sympathetic but professional. He knows me. We've talked at VA events. He apologizes as he hands me the documents. Sorry, Thomas, judge's orders. I have to serve you. 72 hours notice. Emergency hearing, scheduled for Monday morning. I read the petition. Jennifer's lawyer has upgraded the language, made it urgent. Emergency petition for conservatorship and guardianship. Grounds for emergency hearing. Petitioner presents evidence of imminent danger to subject and minor child in household. Subject's cognitive decline has accelerated rapidly. Recent incidents include February 28th. Subject left natural gas stove unattended for 6 hours while asleep, creating fire and explosion hazard. March 2nd. Subject became verbally aggressive with minor child during homework assistance, requiring physical intervention. March 4th. Subject missed multiple scheduled medications, creating medical emergency risk. Petitioner fears for safety of subject and minor child. Emergency intervention necessary to prevent harm. Every single incident is fabricated. The stove thing never happened. I've never been aggressive with Liam. Never. I flip to the exhibits. Exhibit A. Photo of a gas stove burner left on. Timestamp, February 28th, 3:47 p.m. I wasn't even home on February 28th at that time. I was at the VA for a scheduled appointment. Marcus drove me. There are witnesses. Exhibit B. Photo of Liam's arm, bruised. Timestamp, March 2. I stare at the photo. That bruise. I know that bruise. Liam got it at hockey practice. He blocked a shot with his arm instead of his stick. He came home laughing about it, proud. Said it made him look tough. Jennifer photographed her own son's sports injury and called it abuse. Exhibit C. Medical records from Dr. Morrison showing rapid cognitive decline. All the tests taken while I was overmedicated, while Jennifer was crushing double doses into my coffee. The final page lists recommendations. Immediate actions. Requested 1. Emergency conservatorship over person and estate of subject. 2. Temporary removal of minor, child from home, pending evaluation. 3. Authorization for petitioner to place subject in appropriate care facility. 4. Appointment of petitioner's designated representative, Brett Sullivan, as property manager for subject's real estate holdings. They're going to take Liam, put me in a facility, give Brett control of the ranch, and they have a hearing scheduled in 72 hours. I call Sarah Mitchell. She answers on the first ring. Mr. Wright, Marcus told me to expect your call. I need help. I've been doing this work for 12 years. I know elder abuse when I see it. And what your wife is doing to you. Textbook financial exploitation, textbook isolation, textbook pharmaceutical abuse. We're going to fight this, and we're going to win. The hearing is Monday. That's 3 days. Then we work through the weekend. I need every piece of evidence you have. The texts, the photographs, the medication logs, that journal your son kept, the nursing license revocation, the construction estimates, everything. Can you get me everything by tomorrow morning? Yes. Good. I'm also going to need witnesses. People who can testify to your competency, your character. People who've seen you recently and can speak to your cognitive state. Marcus is organizing the VA support group. They'll testify. Perfect. Anyone else? Neighbors? Business associates? Anyone who's interacted with you professionally? My clients. I consult on software security. I've done 3 major projects in the last 6 months, all remotely, but I have emails, performance reviews, payment records. Get me copies. We're going to show that judge exactly who you are and exactly what your wife is trying to do. After the call, I start organizing files. It takes hours. The camera footage, the screenshots, Liam's journal entries, Carl's testimony about Brett, the nursing license documents. I'm still working when I hear voices downstairs. Jennifer and Brett in the kitchen. The hidden camera is recording. I pull up the live feed on my laptop. Watch them in real time. They're sitting at the kitchen table, coffee cups between them. Jennifer is smiling, relaxed. I haven't seen her look like this in years. Brett reaches across the table, takes her hand. 6 more months and we'll be free, he says. Less than that. The hearing is Monday. Once he's declared incompetent, we can move him to the memory care facility in Denver, the one I showed you. It's perfect, small, quiet. He'll just fade away there. What about the kid? Liam gets assigned to foster care during the evaluation period. It's standard procedure. But as his stepmother and primary caregiver, I'll petition for custody, especially once Thomas is in the facility and can't contest it. Will they give him to us? To me, officially, but yes. Once the conservatorship is finalized, once Thomas is out of the picture, we file for joint guardianship. You and me, Liam will adjust. Kids are resilient. And if he doesn't? Jennifer shrugs. There are boarding schools, military academies, places for troubled teens who need structure. We'll figure it out. Brett grins. You're cold, babe. I forgot how cold you could be. Not cold, practical. Thomas was useful for a while. The marriage gave me stability after the nursing board thing. The adoption made us look like a family. And when his parents died and he inherited this place, she gestures around the kitchen. The timing was perfect, but he's served his purpose. It's time to move on. What about the life insurance, the $2.4 million? That comes through when he dies. The facility I picked has, let's just say they're not known for extending lives. Patients in his condition typically last 12 to 18 months. Between the settlement money, the life insurance, and this ranch, Jennifer leans back in her chair. We're looking at close to $7 million total, split down the middle. You and me. Brett raises his coffee cup. To new beginnings. Jennifer clinks her cup against his. To Thomas Wright, the man who gave us everything. They're laughing when Liam appears in the doorway. I watch on camera as my son freezes, stares at them. Liam! Jennifer's voice goes bright, cheerful. Sweetheart, I didn't hear you come downstairs. Did we wake you? I heard you, Liam says. His voice is small, scared. I heard what you said about Dad. The laughter stops. Liam, honey, you misunderstood. I didn't misunderstand. Liam's voice cracks. You're going to send Dad away. You're going to take the ranch. You said he's going to die. Jennifer stands, moves toward him. Sweetie, listen to me. Your dad is very sick. He needs help that we can't give him here. We're doing this because we love him. No, you're not. Liam backs away. You're lying. You lie about everything. You gave him too many pills. I saw you. I wrote it down. Brett stands now too. His voice is harder. Kid, you need to calm down. You're not my dad. You can't tell me what to do. Liam, Jennifer's voice has an edge now, sharp. That's enough. You're upset and you're not thinking clearly. Go back to bed. We'll talk about this in the morning. I'm going to tell Dad. I'm going to tell him everything you said. No, Jennifer says. You're not. Something in her tone makes Liam stop. I watch him on camera, watch him realize something. If you tell your father anything, Jennifer says slowly, they'll take you away. Do you understand? The state will say Thomas can't take care of you, that I can't control you. They'll put you in foster care, with strangers. Is that what you want? Liam is crying now. I want my dad. Your dad is mentally ill. He's not capable of taking care of you anymore. The sooner you accept that, the easier this will be for everyone. Brett moves to Jennifer's side. United front. Listen to your mom, kid. She's not my mom. My mom died. My real mom. The slap happens so fast I almost miss it. Jennifer's hand across Liam's face, hard enough to snap his head to the side. The kitchen goes silent. Liam touches his cheek, stares at Jennifer with wide, shocked eyes. Go to your room, Jennifer says. Her voice is flat now, cold. Don't come out until morning. And if you say one word to Thomas about this conversation, I will personally make sure you end up in the worst foster home in Colorado. Do you understand me? Liam runs. I hear his footsteps on the stairs, hear his bedroom door slam. On camera, Jennifer and Brett stand in the kitchen. Neither speaks for a long moment. Then Brett laughs. So much for maternal instinct. He'll get over it, Jennifer says. They always do. I stop the recording, save the file, upload it to the encrypted cloud drive. Then I sit in the dark and wonder how I ever loved this woman. When morning comes, I find Liam in his room, door locked. He opens it when he hears my voice. His cheek is still red, the shape of fingers visible. She hit you, I say. He nods, can't meet my eyes. Did you tell her about the journal? No, I heard them talking about sending you away, about the ranch, about everything. His voice breaks. Dad, I'm scared. I pull him close. I know, me too. Are they going to take me away? No, I promise you, that's not going to happen. How do you know? Because I'm not going to let it. Liam, listen to me. That hearing on Monday, I'm going to fight. I have evidence. I have witnesses. I have proof that Jennifer has been lying about everything. And I have the best lawyer in the state helping me. We're going to win. What if you don't? We will. But what if we will? I make him look at me. I've got this, okay? You took care of me when I couldn't see what was happening. You documented everything. You were brave and smart and you saved me. Now it's my turn. I've got this. He hugs me, holds on tight. Angels don't always have wings, he whispers. Sometimes they have wheels. I recognize the phrase, from his journal, from his biological mother, Sarah. That's right, I say. And this angel isn't going anywhere, except maybe to court to kick some ass. He laughs, watery, but it's something. We spend the weekend preparing. Marcus comes out to the ranch with 3 other veterans from the support group. We go through testimony, timeline, evidence. Sarah Mitchell arrives Saturday afternoon, reviews everything, asks questions, takes notes. This is good, she says. This is really good. The camera footage alone is devastating. The nursing license revocation establishes pattern. The son's journal provides contemporaneous documentation. The cognitive tests show pharmaceutical manipulation. We have everything we need. Will it be enough? More than enough. By the time I'm done, that judge is going to see exactly what Jennifer Wright is, and exactly what she tried to do. On Sunday night, I can't sleep. I sit in my office, watch the ranch through the window. This land, my parents' land, my grandfather's land, 4 generations of Wrights have worked this soil, built this life. Jennifer thought she could take it, thought she could erase me and claim everything I've built. But she didn't count on one thing. She didn't count on me fighting back. Monday morning, the courthouse in Boulder, courtroom 4C. I'm wearing a suit, the good one, navy blue, the one I wore to my parents' funeral. Jennifer helped me get dressed, smiled, said I looked handsome, made my coffee. I drank it, every drop, because I need her to think she's won. Sarah Mitchell meets me in the hallway, sees my face, knows immediately. She drugged you again. This morning, in the coffee. I watched her do it on the hidden camera feed from my phone. Crushed 4 pills, maybe 5. My tongue feels thick already. How long before it hits? 20 minutes, maybe 30. Sarah's jaw tightens. Can you hold it together? I have to. The courtroom fills. Jennifer's lawyer, Richard Pemberton, expensive suit, slicked back hair, sits at one table with Jennifer. She looks perfect. Conservative dress, hair pulled back. The concerned wife. Sarah and I take the other table. Behind us, the gallery fills with people wearing VA support group shirts. 20 veterans in dress uniforms, Marcus in front, Carl Davis, the ranch foreman, 3 of my business clients who flew in from out of state. Jennifer sees them. Her smile falters for just a second. The judge enters. Honorable Patricia Chen, mid-50s, reading glasses on a chain. No nonsense expression. All rise for the Honorable Judge Chen, the bailiff announces. Everyone stands. I grip my wheelchair arms. The medication is starting to work. I can feel it. Fog creeping in at the edges. Judge Chen sits, studies the paperwork, looks up. This is an emergency petition for conservatorship and guardianship in the matter of Thomas James Wright. Mr. Pemberton, you're representing the petitioner? Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Mitchell, you're representing Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's proceed. Mr. Pemberton, present your case. Pemberton stands, confident. He's done this before. Your Honor, this is a tragic case of cognitive decline in a decorated veteran. Thomas Wright, 47 years old, disabled Marine, has experienced rapid deterioration over the past 18 months. His wife, Jennifer Wright, has been his primary caregiver throughout this decline. She comes before this court not by choice, but by necessity. Mr. Wright can no longer safely manage his own affairs or care for the minor child in his custody. He presents the medical records, Dr. Morrison's evaluations, the cognitive test scores showing decline. The judge listens, takes notes. Mrs. Wright has documented multiple dangerous incidents, Pemberton continues. Leaving the stove on for hours, aggressive behavior toward the child, missing medications. She fears for her husband's safety and the safety of their adopted son. He shows the photos, the stove, Liam's bruised arm. Mrs. Wright seeks only to protect her husband and their child. She requests this court grant conservatorship so she can ensure Mr. Wright receives proper care. She's identified an excellent memory care facility in Denver, small, compassionate, specialized in cases like his. He sits down. Judge Chen looks at me. Mr. Wright, do you understand why you're here today? I try to answer. My tongue feels wrong, thick. The fog is rolling in faster than I expected. Yes. I understand. The words come out slurred. I hear it. Jennifer hears it. She looks relieved. Sarah stands immediately. Your Honor, I'd like to note for the record that Mr. Wright was significantly more articulate 30 minutes ago, before his wife prepared his morning medication. Pemberton jumps up. Objection. Ms. Mitchell is implying— I'm not implying anything, Sarah says calmly. I'm stating a fact, but we'll return to that. Your Honor, may I present the defense? Proceed. Sarah walks to the center of the courtroom. She's good at this. I can see it in the way she moves, confident, prepared. Your Honor, this isn't a case of cognitive decline. This is a case of systematic pharmaceutical abuse, of financial exploitation, of a disabled veteran being slowly erased by someone he trusted, someone who has done this before. Pemberton stands. Your Honor, this is outrageous. Sit down, Mr. Pemberton. You'll have time for rebuttal. Judge Chen looks at Sarah. Continue, but be careful with your accusations, Ms. Mitchell. I intend to prove every word, Your Honor. Sarah presents the first piece of evidence, the nursing license revocation. Jennifer Wright, née Campbell, was a registered nurse at the VA Medical Center until March 2018. Her license was permanently revoked after she was caught in a prescription fraud scheme. She over-medicated disabled veterans, made them sign documents while incapacitated, then diverted the medications for personal use or sale. She hands documents to the judge, the revocation letter, the Denver Post article, depositions from the investigation. Judge Chen reads. Her expression changes. Mrs. Wright, the judge says, is this accurate? Was your nursing license revoked? Jennifer stands. Her voice is steady. Yes, Your Honor, but I was never charged with a crime. I took a plea deal, community service. I made mistakes early in my career, but I learned from them. I've spent the last 6 years dedicated to caring for my husband. Caring for him? Sarah's voice cuts across the courtroom. Or recreating the same pattern that got your license revoked. She presents the next evidence, the medication logs, Jennifer's documentation versus my prescription records. Mr. Wright was prescribed gabapentin 300 ml, 3 times daily, standard dose. But Mrs. Wright has been administering 6 to 9 pills per day, double or triple the prescribed amount, without doctor authorization, for over 18 months. Photos of the pill crusher, the coffee cup with residue, the bottles with incorrect refill dates. She's been crushing medications into his food and drink, systematically over-medicating him, creating the very symptoms of cognitive decline she's now claiming require conservatorship. The judge looks at Jennifer. Mrs. Wright, how do you respond? My husband was in pain, Jennifer says. Her voice trembles slightly. Perfect performance. The doctors weren't managing it adequately. I was trying to help. Help? Sarah pulls out her next exhibit. Your Honor, I'd like to present evidence obtained via legal recording in Mr. Wright's own home. Colorado is a one-party consent state. Mr. Wright installed cameras to monitor his own care. She nods to the bailiff. A screen lowers from the ceiling. The lights dim. The footage plays. Jennifer and Brett in the kitchen. The conversation from Friday night. Brett's voice. 6 more months and we'll be free. Jennifer's voice. Less than that. The hearing is Monday. Once he's declared incompetent, we can move him to the memory care facility in Denver. He'll just fade away there. The courtroom is dead silent. The video continues, Jennifer talking about foster care for Liam, about the life insurance money, about the $7 million, Jennifer's voice, to Thomas Wright, the man who gave us everything. Laughter on the recording. Then Liam appears, the confrontation, Jennifer's threat, the slap. The sound echoes in the courtroom, sharp, unmistakable. Jennifer's voice. If you say one word to Thomas about this conversation, I will personally make sure you end up in the worst foster home in Colorado. The footage ends, lights come back up. Judge Chen's face is stone. Mrs. Wright, would you like to explain what I just watched? Jennifer's mouth opens, closes. She looks at Pemberton. He looks like a man who just realized he's been lied to by his client. That's taken out of context. Context? Sarah's voice is sharp now. Let me provide more context, Your Honor. She presents Liam's journal, The child advocate in the courtroom, assigned by the judge when minors are involved, stands to read selected entries. The advocate's voice is measured, professional, but the words hit like hammers. October 3rd, Mom gave Dad his pills with breakfast. I counted. 3 pills, but the bottle says 2. January 15th, Brett came over. Mom made Dad's coffee and put extra stuff in it. Dad fell asleep on the couch. February 12th, am I supposed to help Mom give the pills? I don't want to. When the advocate finishes, there are tears in the gallery. I hear someone behind me, one of the veterans, whisper, "Jesus Christ." Sarah presents more evidence. The cognitive baseline tests I took without medication. My score, 28 out of 30. The comparison to Dr. Morrison's tests taken while over-medicated, 19 out of 30. A 9-point difference, Your Honor. The only variable? The medication Mrs. Wright was administering without medical supervision. Pemberton is scrambling now. Your Honor, my client maintains she was acting in her husband's best interest. Best interest? Marcus Johnson stands in the gallery. Your Honor, may I speak? Judge Chen looks surprised. You're a witness? Marcus Johnson, served with Thomas Wright in Kandahar. I run the VA support group in Denver. I've known this man for 12 years, and I've watched him disappear over the last 18 months, because we all believed his wife when she said he was declining. But he wasn't declining. He was being poisoned. Mr. Johnson, please sit down. You'll have opportunity to testify. No, Your Honor, with respect. You need to hear this now. Marcus stays standing. The other veterans stand with him. 20 men in dress uniform. Every single one of us in this room is a disabled veteran. We know what real cognitive decline looks like. We've seen it in our brothers. What happened to Thomas? That's not decline. That's abuse. And if you let this woman take custody of him and that boy, you're signing his death warrant. Judge Chen looks at the veterans, looks at Jennifer, looks at me. Mr. Wright, she says, how are you feeling right now? I force the words out, fighting the fog. Drugged, she crushed pills this morning in my coffee. Can you prove that? Sarah steps forward. He recorded it, Your Honor, on his phone. The hidden camera in his kitchen captured Mrs. Wright administering medication this morning at 6:45 a.m. without his informed consent. While he was preparing for this hearing, she plays the footage. Jennifer in the kitchen, the pill crusher, my coffee cup. 4 pills ground to powder and stirred into the dark liquid. The judge watches in silence. When it ends, she removes her glasses, rubs her eyes. Ms. Mitchell, do you have additional witnesses? Several, Your Honor. Carl Davis, ranch foreman, can testify to fraudulent property assessments and inflated renovation estimates. 3 business clients can testify to Mr. Wright's professional competency. And I have documentation of Mrs. Wright's previous victims. 2 disabled veterans who were over-medicated and declared incompetent. 1 is now deceased. Judge Chen looks at Jennifer, then at Brett, sitting in the gallery behind Jennifer's table. Mr. Sullivan, are you Brett Sullivan, listed in Mrs. Wright's petition as potential property manager? Brett stands slowly. Yes, ma'am. And you're in a romantic relationship with the petitioner? We're old friends. Old friends who plan to split $7 million once Mr. Wright fades away in a memory care facility? The judge's voice is ice. I watched the same video everyone else did, Mr. Sullivan. Brett sits back down. Judge Chen turns to the bailiff. I'm suspending this hearing. Bailiff, please escort Mrs. Wright to holding. I'm issuing an emergency protective order. Mrs. Wright is prohibited from contact with Mr. Wright or the minor child Liam Wright pending investigation. Jennifer stands. Your Honor, you can't. I can and I am. Bailiff. 2 officers approach Jennifer. She looks at Pemberton, at Brett, at me. Our eyes meet across the courtroom. For the first time, she looks scared. They put her in handcuffs, walk her toward the door. She's crying now. Real tears. Thomas, please, tell them. Tell them I was just trying to help you. No, I say. My voice is getting clearer. The anger burns through the fog. You were trying to kill me, slowly, just like you did to those veterans at the VA. But I'm not them. I fought back. They take her out. Judge Chen looks at Brett. Mr. Sullivan, I suggest you find a lawyer. The district attorney will likely want to speak with you about conspiracy to commit elder abuse, fraud, and attempted custodial interference. Brett leaves fast, half running. The courtroom erupts, veterans cheering, Sarah gripping my shoulder. Judge Chen bangs her gavel. Order, we're not done yet. The room quiets. There's still the matter of the child. Mr. Wright, where is Liam? At home, with a social worker. Your order required supervision until the hearing concluded. Ms. Mitchell, what's your recommendation? Sarah doesn't hesitate. Liam remains with his adoptive father, Thomas Wright, the man who's protected him, loved him, been his family when no one else would. The man Liam chose in every entry of that journal. Judge Chen nods, writes something, looks up. I'm denying the conservatorship petition. I'm affirming the adoption and granting Mr. Wright full custody. I'm issuing a permanent restraining order preventing Jennifer Wright or Brett Sullivan from any contact with Mr. Wright or Liam Wright. And I'm referring this case to the district attorney for criminal prosecution. She looks at me. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry for what you've endured. This court recognizes that you are a competent adult who was victimized by someone in a position of trust. You have full autonomy, full custody, and the protection of this court. I can't speak, can't find words. Marcus does it for me. Thank you, Your Honor, for seeing the truth. Judge Chen bangs her gavel one last time. This hearing is concluded. The social worker brings Liam to the courthouse. He's in the hallway when I wheel out of the courtroom. He sees me, runs, I catch him, hold him while he cries into my shoulder. Is it over? He asks. Is she gone? It's over. You're staying with me. Forever. No one's taking you anywhere. What about Mom? I mean, Jennifer? She's going away for a long time. What she did to me, to you, to those other veterans, it's serious. She's going to face consequences. Good. His voice is fierce. I hope she never comes back. Marcus appears, grins. Brother, you did it. We did it, I correct. Couldn't have done this without you. That's what brothers are for. He looks at Liam. Kid, you know your dad's a badass, right? Liam nods, smiles for the first time all day. I know. Sarah Mitchell joins us. The DA wants to meet with you tomorrow. They're filing multiple charges: elder abuse, fraud, conspiracy, assault on a minor. Jennifer's looking at 8 to 12 years minimum. Brett's probably looking at 3 to 5 as an accessory. And Liam? No foster care, no evaluation. The judge was clear. Liam stays with you. The adoption is solid. You're his father. Legally, permanently. Nothing can change that. Relief hits like a wave. Thank you for everything. You gave me everything I needed, Sarah says. That camera footage, that journal, the nursing license history, you built the case yourself. I just presented it. Still, thank you. She smiles, shakes my hand. Go home, Mr. Wright. Take your son home. Start rebuilding. What would you do if someone you loved, someone you trusted with your life, tried to erase you? Would you fight back? Would you have the strength to gather evidence while pretending everything was fine? Drop a comment. Share your story. Because people like Jennifer Wright count on victims staying silent. Count on them being too scared or too broken to fight back. But sometimes the broken ones are the strongest. Share this if you know someone who needs to hear that. Someone who's questioning their own sanity. Someone who needs to know you're not crazy. Trust your instincts. We drive back to the ranch, Liam and I. Marcus follows in his truck. Carl meets us at the gate with half the ranch staff. They cheer when we pull up. Actually cheer. Carl walks over, shakes my hand through the truck window. Welcome home, sir. We cleaned out the guest house. Mr. Sullivan's things are in boxes by the road. Anything you want us to do with them? Donate it! All of it! I don't want anything he touched on this property. Yes, sir. We go inside. The house feels different, lighter, like something dark has been lifted. Liam goes to his room, comes back with something in his hands, his journal. Dad, what should I do with this? I look at the blue notebook, all those entries, all that fear and love and documentation. That's up to you, buddy. It's your journal, your story. He thinks for a moment, then carefully places it on the shelf in my office, next to my Marine Corps medals, next to the photo of my parents at the ranch. I want to keep it, he says. To remember. So I never forget what happened. And so I never forget that we won. We did win, you and me. We fought back and we won. He hugs me. I love you, Dad. I love you too, son. 3 weeks later, I get a call from the district attorney. Jennifer took a plea deal, 8 years for elder abuse, fraud, and assault. Brett got 3 years for conspiracy and fraud. She asked if she could write to Liam, the DA says, a letter, apologizing. I told her I'd ask you first. No, I say immediately. No contact, ever. Liam is done with her. Understood. I figured that's what you'd say. For what it's worth, Mr. Wright, you did the right thing, fighting back. A lot of people in your situation wouldn't have had the strength. I had help, a lot of it. Still, you're a hell of a fighter. Your son's lucky to have you. After the call, I find Liam in the barn. We've been working on converting it into an adaptive riding facility. Therapy for disabled veterans. Carl's helping us design it. Hey, Dad, come look at this. He shows me the plans, mounting ramps, specialized saddles, safety equipment. Marcus says we could have our first group here by summer, Liam says. 20 veterans, learning to ride again, or learning for the first time. That's the plan. It's going to be so cool, like you're helping people the way they helped you. The way you helped me, I correct. Liam, you saved my life. You know that, right? That journal you kept. That was the difference between winning and losing. He shrugs, embarrassed. I just wrote stuff down. You were brave. You saw something wrong and you documented it. Even when you were scared. Even when Jennifer told you not to. That takes courage. Mom Sarah used to say that angels don't always have wings. That sometimes they're just people who show up when you need them. Your mom Sarah was right, and you showed up for me. Every single day. You showed up for me first. When Mom Sarah died, you didn't have to adopt me. You chose to. Best choice I ever made. We work on the barn plans until sunset. Then we go inside. I make dinner, real dinner, not drugged food, and we eat together at the kitchen table. The same table where Jennifer used to serve me poisoned coffee. But it's ours now. Clean. Safe. After dinner, Liam goes to his room to do homework. I sit in my office. Look at the ranch deed on my desk. My parents' handwritten note attached. Thomas, this land is for the warrior you became, not the body you sacrificed. We are so proud of who you are when no one's watching. Build something beautiful here. Love, Mom and Dad. P.S. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. You already proved them all wrong. I read it 3 times. Feel the weight of it. The love. My parents never doubted me. Even when my spine was shattered. Even when I came home in a wheelchair. They believed I could still build a life. Still be a father. Still run this ranch. Jennifer tried to take that from me. Tried to convince everyone, including me, that I was incompetent. Broken beyond repair. But she was wrong. I'm not broken. I'm adapted. Different than I was before Kandahar, sure, but not less. Not weak, not incompetent. My phone buzzes. Text from Marcus. Marcus. Court docs filed today. Jennifer's sentencing is official. 8 years. Brett got 3. It's over, brother. You won. I text back. We won. Thank you for everything. Marcus. That's what found family does. See you Sunday for the VA meeting. Wouldn't miss it. I put my phone down. Look at Liam's journal on the shelf. At my medals. At the photos of my parents. At the ranch through the window. My land. My home. I've got this, I think. I've got Liam. I've got Marcus and the VA group. I've got Carl and the ranch staff. I've got a life worth fighting for. Jennifer said, I've got you every morning while poisoning me. But I've got something she never understood. I've got people who chose me, who fought for me, who showed up, found family, the real kind. Saturday morning, early. The sun is just coming up over the eastern pasture. Liam and I are in the barn. There are 2 horses, gentle ones, older, the kind that don't spook easy. Carl has set up the adaptive mounting ramp, special saddle, safety equipment. You ready for this? Carl asks. I look at the horse, at the ramp, at Liam waiting beside me, excited. Yeah, I say. I'm ready. It takes time. Carl and Marcus help me transfer from wheelchair to saddle. The specialized equipment holds me secure, safe. Then Liam mounts his horse, grins at me. Race you to the north fence? You're on. We ride, slow at first, then faster. The horses know the land, know the routine. The morning air is cold, clean. The ranch spreads out around us, 340 acres of Colorado land, mountains in the distance, sky so blue it hurts. Liam laughs. The sound carries across the pasture. I think about the last 2 years, the fog, the confusion, the slow erasure of myself. I think about fighting back, about Liam's journal, about Marcus and Sarah, and everyone who refused to let me disappear. I think about Jennifer in prison, about Brett, about justice actually working for once. We reach the north fence. Liam is ahead by a length. He's laughing, breathless. I won. You did, fair and square. Can we do it again? Every Saturday. Deal? Deal. We turn the horses back toward the barn. The sun is higher now, warm on my face. At the barn, Carl helps us dismount, takes the horses to cool down. Liam and I sit on the fence, look at the ranch. Dad? Yeah, buddy. I'm glad we stayed. I'm glad we didn't let them take this. Me too. Do you think you'll ever see Jennifer again, like after she gets out of prison? No, the restraining order is permanent, and even if it wasn't, no, she made her choices. She has to live with them. Do you hate her? I think about it, really think. No, I don't hate her. I don't think about her at all anymore. She's not part of our lives, not part of our family, and I'm okay with that. Liam nods. Me too. We sit in comfortable silence, father and son, survivors. My phone buzzes, email from the DA's office, subject line, final case update. I open it, skim the message. Jennifer was transferred to a women's correctional facility in Pueblo. She'll serve at least 6 years before parole eligibility. Brett is at a different facility, no contact between them allowed. The email includes a note at the bottom. Mr. Wright, during processing, Mrs. Wright asked to send one final message. Given the restraining order, we cannot allow direct contact. However, the message was addressed to Mr. Brett Sullivan. It was intercepted. We thought you should see it. Below is a screenshot of a text message, never sent, confiscated, from Jennifer Wright to Brett Sullivan. Message: we were so close. 6 more months and it would have been ours. The ranch, the money, everything. I was so careful. But that damn kid kept a journal, and Thomas was smarter than I thought. I underestimated him. Don't make the same mistake in your next relationship. Always burn the evidence. I read it twice. Show it to Liam. That's what she really thinks, he says. She's not even sorry. She's just mad she got caught. Yeah, that's exactly what she thinks. Good thing we're smarter than her. Good thing we had each other. I delete the email. Close my phone. 6 more months and it would have been ours. But it never was. It was always mine. My land, my son, my life. Jennifer tried to steal it. Tried to erase me while I was still breathing. But she failed. And now we're here. Liam and I. Building something new. Something better. Something she can never touch again. Found family isn't about blood. It's about who shows up when you're at your worst, who fights for you when you can't fight for yourself, who sees you, really sees you, when the world tries to make you invisible. If this story moved you, if it made you angry, or made you cry, or made you believe that justice is still possible, do something for me. Share it, not for me, for someone in your life who might be going through something similar, someone who's being gaslit by a partner, someone who's being financially abused. Someone who's being told they're incompetent when they know they're not. Your share might save a life. It might help someone realize they're not crazy, that they can fight back, that they can win. And if you want more stories like this, true stories where people fight back, where the truth wins, where found family matters, hit that subscribe button. Every week I bring you a story that proves decent people still finish first. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next week. The ranch gate has a new sign now, custom made. Carl installed it last week. Wright Family Ranch Est, 1987. Reclaimed 2025. Below that, in smaller letters, Adaptive Writing Program for Veterans, founded by Thomas and Liam Wright. Liam and I ride past it every Saturday morning. Every time he grins. Every time I feel something settle in my chest. Peace, safety, home. We've got this. We've got each other. And that's the inheritance they could never touch.